Let's get ready to hear the story of Miriam. It's a story that I don't get to tell very often, and I'm so excited to tell it to you. And when I get excited, I get a little distracted and I talk a little faster and my arms move around a little bit, so I really need to get ready. So will you help me by getting ready with me? I remember that I'm in chapel, and that chapel is a place where we move a little more slowly and we speak a little more slowly. We talk a little more gently because we know that someone might be talking to God, or God might be talking to us. So I'm going to really concentrate on being still and inviting God to come near. I don't have very many things to help me tell the story of Miriam because really we don't know very much about Miriam. I'll read to you from the Bible in a little bit that tells you a little bit about Miriam. But what we do know about her really makes us wonder. This is the story of Miriam, and this is the figure I have of Miriam. It looks like a woman wearing a cloak and probably a headpiece to keep out the burning sun. Miriam had a family. She had at least 2 brothers, one of whom was named Aaron and the other one was named Moses. Yes, the same Moses and Aaron that we've been hearing about. Moses, who brought down the 10 best ways to live, and Aaron, who had the amazing staff. I wonder if Miriam was the sister that put baby Moses into the basket and let it float down the Nile until the princess found him. We know it was Moses' sister, but she doesn't have a name in the Bible. But some people think that it must have been Miriam. We do know that Miriam journeyed across the burning hot sand, trying to escape from Pharaoh. And we know that Miriam was there when God parted the sea so the people of God could pass through. And then the one true God closed the sea again over the Pharaoh and all the chariots. In the Bible, it says this: when the horses of Pharaoh with his chariots and his horsemen went into the sea, and the Lord brought back the waters of the sea upon them, but the people of Israel walked on dry ground in the midst of a sea, then Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and dancing. And Miriam sang to them, "Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider he has thrown into the sea." Nowadays we call a timbrel a tambourine. So you can imagine what a joyful noise Miriam and all the women meant, celebrating their great victory. Because Miriam seemed to come close to God through water, some people think of Miriam as having a special gift for water. Perhaps the water of the Nile, perhaps this water, and also another special gift of water, something called Miriam's well. Some people think that it was the same water that came from the rock when it was struck and water poured out. Miriam was thought of as the keeper of the water. And later, when she died in Kadesh, it was said that the water in her well dried up. You may have noticed that Miriam was called a prophetess. We remember that prophets are people who come close to God, and God comes close to them, and prophets hear and know what they are supposed to do and tell others. There are only 5 other women prophets in the Hebrew scriptures, the oldest part of the Bible, and Miriam is one of them. I wonder how joyful Miriam must have felt to feel that the enemy was so near, but that God took care of them. I wonder if she gave thanks to God. I wonder if you have ever come close to danger. I wonder if you have ever been rescued. I wonder how Miriam felt seeing the brother that she saved become so powerful and close to God. This was the story of Miriam. Thank you for listening. Take care of each other. I'll see you soon.